solar-powered radios, and similar items. While you're at it, make sure you're stocked up on the regulars: battery-operated radio and flashlight, additional batteries, a comprehensive first aid kit, along with 2 weeks of medication. Be sure to add life vests for family members and a toolkit. There should be 1 gallon of water per day for each member of your family and non-perishable food. Be sure to secure important documents like banking and insurance information and government-issued identification. And pay close attention to the ZNS network for all your weather updates. If this seems like a lot, think of it as survival through preparation. This season, be weather smart, weather safe.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Raven Davis.
And I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight. They're coming your way next.
This 11 o'clock, as a new school year dawns, the results of last year's national examination results are released. Officials will explain what they've learned. The Bahamas leading the region with putting a lid on waste, how the country today benefited from a UN-backed initiative. And dressed to the nines, November is coming, and so is the Red Ribbon Ball. Those stories plus more this late night, Monday, August 24th, 2026. It is good to have you with us this Monday evening. Well, the national exam results are showing improvements this year, but officials say the numbers also expose persistent weaknesses in key subjects. While more students are meeting the overall passing mark, declines in performance in areas like English and mathematics are raising questions about whether those gains are translating into stronger academic achievement. Our Leah Cooper starts us off.
National examination results show modest gains in overall pass rates, but the improvement is not necessarily a sign of stronger top-level academic performance. Education Director Dominique McCartney-Russell says this much on the exam assessment.
Overall, BJC performance improved in 2026. The A to D pass rate increased from 64.54% in 2025 to 65.76% in 2026, while the proportion of grades at A to C increased from 47.63% to 49.04%.
The BGCSE results tell a similar story, with the overall pass rate edging higher, but the gains again concentrated in the middle grades.
The overall BGCSE pass rate increased from 70.13% in 2025 to 71.49% in 2026. The A to C rate also increased slightly from 51.13% to 51.61%. The improvement in the overall pass rate was driven principally by increases at grades C and D, while the proportions of grades A and B declined.
Russell adds that 2 core subjects remain a concern for BJCs. Mathematics improved by 5.8% for grades A through D and an overall pass rate of 55.6%. But for English
language recorded a 62.8% pass rate, but the number of A to D passes declined by 13.7%.
And for the BGCSEs, another subject.
The most significant concerns remains mathematics, which recorded an A to D pass rate of 33.3%, down from 2025, with the number of A to D passes declining by 14.1%.
The education director says 1,405 who sat the exam obtained a minimum grade of C in at least 5 subjects for the BJC exams, while 649 candidates obtained C grade or above in at least 5 subjects for the BGCSEs. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
And while many of you at home are doing the math on these results, research conducted by the Ministry of Education finds that grades for the national exams in mathematics have declined over the last 10 years. This much coming from Education Director Dominique McCartney-Russell, who adds that these findings led to a study to discover why that was the case.
Issues with engagement, with motivation. Students feel anxiety towards math, and that could stem from their parents, who may have the same anxiety, so they pass that on. We also discovered that some of our teachers struggled with math, and so they wanted more support in that area. We also saw that we needed to focus more on experiential opportunities, taking the theory and giving children more hands-on. And so some of the things that we are seeking to advance, we've already identified 2 math officers, they're new education officers. They've been tasked with looking for strategies to support our students.
The education director adds that the ministry will also implement math labs to take a more hands-on approach. They are also working to further train teachers, particularly at the primary school level. As for English, the director says this stems back to the COVID-19 pandemic, where officials discovered that at least 40% of children struggled with literacy skills.
We believe that some of the issues are historic or are legacy issues. And so for us now, the focus is not just on providing remediation at different grade levels, but we're seeking to ensure that students are able to read by grade 2, grade 3. And so that's our focus. How do we ensure that we stem the tide? But because it's a legacy problem, we believe that the strategies that we put in place, they are working. But it's going to, it took us a while to get here. I believe that it's going to take us a while to get this literacy in hand, as we would say.
Still on the education front this Monday, school security measures are showing notable results, with police reporting a significant drop in school violence. But authorities are not resting on those gains. As students return for the new academic year, police are strengthening initiatives and building on the progress to keep violence out of the classroom. LaDawn Davis picks up that story.
According to police statistics, violence in and around public school campuses fell by 48% during the last school term. The number of reported incidents dropped from 142 in the fall of 2022 to 77 last year. Police are crediting the decline to accelerated school policing initiatives throughout the public school system. But Assistant Commissioner of Police with responsibility for school policing, Chaswell Hanna, says the focus now is on maintaining that progress. He says school resource officers are undergoing extensive training to better identify and address troubling trends and prevent them from resurfacing during the new academic term.
One of them being parents who have been coming on campuses and creating disturbances with school administrators and teachers. We want to let parents know right off the bat, we're not going to tolerate that. We placed a number of parents before the courts last academic year. We're also going to be looking out for students who, for some reason, find themselves in barbershops during school hours. We want to let barber shop owners know and operators know that we are going to be looking for that.
The Assistant Commissioner of Police says Drug Enforcement Unit teams have also seized a large quantity of marijuana-infused edibles being sold on the market. He says the growing availability of these products is a particular concern among school-aged children, and an active awareness campaign will be launched to educate students, parents, and educators about the risks associated with marijuana-infused edibles.
We're going to share a number of public service announcements that the Royal Bahamas Police Force has produced in conjunction with the Ministry of Education. We want students to be careful of the packaging. The packaging looks similar to popular brands that children would normally purchase, so we want to beware of that.
To further ensure the safety of students and teachers, a school resource officer has been deployed to junior and senior high schools across the country.
Those officers are supported with a team of security officers, crossing guards, and each teacher is a member of that safety team.
And as thousands of students head back to the classroom, the goal of the Royal Bahamas Police Force is to always ensure the safety of all students and Bahamians. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
And as public school administrators return to their various schools today ahead of next week's official start, Education Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper is encouraging parents and guardians to partner with the ministry and do their part to ensure their children's academic performance is at the highest standard. His comments made this past weekend during a back-to-school giveaway.
They could come from Baines and Grantstown and they can become Deputy Prime Minister, they can become Minister, they can become a businessman, a policeman, a teacher, they can do whatsoever they want if they apply themselves. So today is about fun, but it's also about an opportunity to send a clear message to the children that they must do their best every day to make their contribution to the Bahamas, and a strong message to parents that whilst today is about having fun, it's also important that they recommit themselves to the lives of their children. That means showing up to PTA, supporting the teachers, collecting report cards, and being visible and active as cheerleaders for their children.
In a moment, we'll get to some of the day's other news. When we come back, more than $20,000 donated to the families of the Shirley and Church Street crash victims. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. Stay with us.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this month, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Need a DNA test to find out if someone is your father, your child, or your grandparent? Call DNA Direct at 324-0665.
Get your kids ready for back to school with Melissa Sears. Save big on pants, shirts, skirts, blouses, jumpers, tunics, ties, belts, socks, and ribbons. Right now, you buy 4 school shirts, get the 5th one absolutely free. The #1 uniform store in the Bahamas, Melissa Sears Uniform Center. Visit them in the Marathon Mall and East Street South.
More news here this Monday. Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles says despite 3 separate killings just hours apart over the weekend, crime numbers are still down. The nation's top cop says efforts to keep illegal firearms off the street remains a key priority. The commissioner also responded to the leakage of a document outlining some crucial police information.
You would have also seen that my team, my officers have been out on the streets, and from we came into the administration, we made sure that we scale back on our administrative responsibilities as it relates to officers and put them on the streets. Last week we had a major operation. As you would have seen in social media, our restricted document got into social media. We certainly do not approve of that, and that is a matter we are investigating because it could have hampered the work that the good, decent officers of our organization are doing.
A countrywide search for a missing woman, Katrina Kelly of the Bluff Eleuthera, came to a tragic end several days ago after 3 people were charged for the 34-year-old's murder. Today, Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles told reporters on the sidelines of the commissioning of the newly renovated police training college why police were tight-lipped on the matter days after the mother of 2 went missing back on August 11th.
We understand that she was actually last seen on a Tuesday, and we never got the information until a Friday. And so we were 3 days behind in that investigation. But I want to say thanks to my officers who did not look at the clock but diligently searched for her, searched through bushes, searched through ponds, searched through the sea, hoping that we could recover her. Unfortunately, we were unable to, but we have sufficient evidence to support the charges on the 3 people who went to court last week.
The commissioner receives that there has been wide public speculation over the fact that the body or remains of Katrina Kelly have not yet been found, but charges have been filed. She indicated that she's unable to provide any information on that matter because the case is still before the courts. Well, the Royal Bahamas Police Force getting a major facelift to its police training college facilities and some new vehicles to fight the war on crime, courtesy of the United States government. The generous donation was pegged at about $2.1 million. At a special commissioning and handing over ceremony today, United States Ambassador to the Bahamas, His Excellency Herschel Walker, gave these encouraging words to the police now in training.
I spent many years volunteering with the police and the sheriff's department in the States. I've trained with federal agents. I've seen their dedication. I know about their sacrifices. The job's tough, and so is the training. But it should be. You all have put your lives on the line every day. You're the servant of your community.
Well, Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles and the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Miles Laroda, both spoke about the major scope of work carried out at the Police Training College.
These include major improvements to the electrical and plumbing systems, the kitchen and dining facilities, bathrooms, the ceiling, and the HVAC system. This important project did not come without its challenges. The work commenced in May of 2025 with police training, while police training continued on the compound.
After more than 5 decades of wear and tear, this facility requires significant modernization. Through the generous support of the United States government, we have been able to address a number of critical areas.
The Bahamas Christian Council making a donation of over $20,000 to the families of the Shirley and Church Street crash, which claimed the lives of 10 youngsters and critically injured 2. Christian Council President Pastor Mario Moxie shared this heartfelt message to those families.
This money cannot replace human life, the loss of human life, the pain that they experience, and it cannot undo what has happened. But this is a token to share with you families that this nation feels you. These funds were collected by the church and the Christian community, and it's our way of saying that we're not only praying for you and praying with you, but also that we care and we're concerned, and we're also experiencing your grief.
Therefore, the handover, crash survivor Bianca Matherin, who expressed appreciation for the outpouring of love across the nation following this tragic incident.
The way, like, the whole Bahamas and then people outside the Bahamas just was pouring love and praying for everyone to get better and praying for the families to find peace. So it was just nice to see it. And I mean, I can't thank people enough, and just thank everyone for everything that they did and all the love that they poured in.
Well, tonight, the Bahamas is answering the call to do its part to eliminate the spread of hazardous waste. The country today played host as the staging ground for the Basel Convention for Training and Technology Transfer for the Caribbean. The United Nations-backed effort provided a pilot testing and evaluation training exercise for the pre-screening and inspection guidelines for hazardous chemicals. Now, this included persistent organic pollutants, mercury, and highly hazardous pesticides. Finance Minister, the Honorable Michael Halkita, spoke today to the importance of this initiative.
Given the Bahamas' strategic location within the Caribbean, this initiative is particularly important to our national and regional efforts to strengthen environmental protection and border controls.
His cabinet colleague, Environment Minister, the Honorable Zane Lightbourne, there to reiterate the minister's message, acknowledging the role the Bahamas plays as regional leader in the effort to create a cleaner, less hazardous space.
Today, we are highlighting the importance of technology in supporting environmental protection and sound chemical management. The equipment being presented here today is an X-ray fluorescence, or XRF, analyzer. This technology provides customs officers with a rapid and non-destructive means of screening materials and identifying the presence of certain elements of concern.
And as the summer holidays are winding down, Bahamians traveling internationally are being urged to take extra precautions as health officials monitor reports of an Ebola outbreak in parts of Africa. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is advising travelers heading to Ebola-affected areas to avoid direct contact with anyone who's sick, contaminated items, and unnecessary visits to healthcare facilities where exposure risk may be higher. Anyone returning to the Bahamas from an affected area is being asked to monitor their health for at least 21 days, watching for symptoms including fever, severe headache, body aches, fatigue, vomiting, or diarrhea. Anyone developing symptoms should limit contact with others and contact a healthcare provider or the ministry's National Disease Surveillance Unit before visiting a healthcare facility. Health officials stress that Ebola is not spread through casual contact, but primarily through direct contact with infected blood or bodily fluids. The Bahamas Tonight at 11 turns to sports next this Monday evening. Here's Amajal with a preview of what's ahead.
The Bahamas men's national basketball team scrimmage just ahead of the next window of the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
So don't be profiling in the party. Trust the leader in private lending for your personal loans. Oh, they like the path to financial freedom. One just for you. Come on. Sunshine financing for a sing-a-ling-a-ling. Hey, hey. When you need that money, come on vacation every. Don't be profiling in this party. What? I want that 000. I girl on there cause I got no money. You only hear me, eh? You better go by Sunshine Finance and ask them for the 000 promotion.
Go 000 with Sunshine Finance. 0 interest, 0 payments, and 0 service fees until 2027. 000. More savings, more freedom. Apply now.
1, 2, 3, what you gonna choose? Strawberry swirl, caramel too. Cookie dough bite, brownie protein. Oreo crunch, make the whole team scream. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Swirl it, twist it, taste that wave. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Cinnamon toast on a cool vanilla. Chocolate base and the flavor gets bigger. Sweet on sweet, yeah, that's the fun. Better get one, better run, run, run. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
Your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. Bahamas senior men's national team back on the floor just days out from the next window of the FIBA AmeriCup qualifiers. After completing a training camp, the team would play the Chilean national basketball team in a friendly exhibition over the weekend in Santiago, Chile. The 242 would emerge victorious 94-87. Franco Miller Jr. leading the way for Team Bahamas, turning in a team-high 30 points along with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Dominic Bridgewater and Isaiah Mobley both pitched in with 19 points apiece as well. Team Bahamas is now gearing up for the next phase of the FIBA World Cup Americas qualifiers. They'll begin their round 2 campaign against Uruguay on Thursday at the Antel Arena in Montevideo, Uruguay. That game will start at 7:10 p.m. And of course, in the following game, the team will return home to play against Panama at the Kendall G. Lysick Gymnasium on Monday, August 31st at 8:10 p.m. The team now playing in Group F for round 2. And of course, only the 3 best teams from each group, along with the 4th best placed team, will qualify for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027. And over in the WNBA, it wasn't a must-win for Jonquel Jones and New York Liberty in the hunt for playoff positioning, but it certainly was a very memorable win. Jones would return from a left ankle injury in the Liberty's 109-102 victory against the Indiana Fever at the Barclays Center over the weekend. JJ posting 19 points, 10 boards, and 1 assist while shooting 5 for 10 from the field and 1 of 4 from behind the arc in 29 minutes of action. It was their 5th double-double in the last 7 games. Liberty improved their record to 23-15 for 3rd place in the Eastern Conference and 6th place overall in the league. On the season, Jones is averaging 14 points, just under 10 boards, just over 2 assists, and over a block per game while shooting 49% from the field. Next up on the team's schedule will be the Golden State Valkyries on Thursday at 7 p.m. On the diamond from this weekend, the 5th annual Reloaded Invitational brought together the best in baseball and softball for an unforgettable weekend of elite development and competition. Athletes showcasing their baseball and softball skills in front of a number of MLB and college scouts while competing against top-tier international and local talent. Organizer Perron Burnside tells us more.
Enhanced development. When we started Reloaded 5 years ago, we saw the lack of development in country, right? We started what I believe and what many believe now to be one of the largest developmental movements in baseball and now softball in the country. So our goal is to get these kids to international standards with aims of getting them scholarships, getting them off to school. We see, like, you see all these boys out here on this field today. We see how society is today with these kids, the violence. We're trying to show them that there's other options, right? And as you can see, they're subscribing to it. This tournament this weekend, we have teams out of Grand Bahama. We have a lot of we have in each division. We have 4 teams in each division. We have 16U straight down the coach pitch. Some divisions we actually have 5 teams. And
on the softball side of things, renowned pitching coach Ali McKnight says she sees some promising talent in the 242.
We've just been really taking the knowledge to help the girls who have hopes and passions and dreams of improving, taking their game to a whole nother level. We're helping them to pursue that. This is my 3rd time coming out here in the last 3 years. So building the relationships with some of the girls who've been doing that in the past and then meeting the new girls. We're just trying to keep that cycle continuing so that we can keep bringing better softball to Nassau and bringing that to the other islands to come as well.
As far as the winners, BAP softball would sweep all 3 divisions on the girls' side. BAP 14U would defeat Girls Like Diamonds 14-12. BAP 16U would defeat the Rising Stars 10-6. And finally, BAP 18U squad, they would steamroll the Comets 13-2. On the boys' side, 12U would go to the Ultimate Champions, while Reloaded Baseball would take both the 14 and 16U divisions. So in baseball, this time from the MLB, it was a streak that lasted 14 games, but Jazz Chisholm finally going yard yet again. The season hasn't gone as planned for Chisholm, an impending free agent who is hitting at .220 with 18 homers and a .695 OPS, along with 34 stolen bases in 121 games. But the 2-time All-Star offering reminders over the weekend of how impactful he can be if he's able to catch fire during the season's stretch run. In Sunday's series-clinching victory, the 28-year-old Chisholm legged out a key bunt single during the Yankees' decisive 3-run rally in the 6th inning. Then in the 7th, Chisholm clubbed a 2-run home run for its 18th of the year that served as the dagger in the club's 8-3 win over the Toronto Blue Jays.
I'm just trying to go out there and work to help my teammates win. I'm just trying to barrel up the ball, just not strike out, put the barrel on the ball, and just keep going.
And that's been Look at Your Sports on this Monday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Big sandwich. I really like the honey mustard sauce. And then like the crispy bacon on it as well.
Oh, it's pepper jack cheese. I love the spice. I love the crunch.
I love the original sandwich, but just that simple addition of bacon was like over the top.
The chicken is really good.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I rate this a 10 out of 10. I'd eat this again.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I ain't gonna lie, my outfits was popping last night.
I ain't gonna lie, but I was fresh last night.
I was so fresh.
That music was busting last night, boy.
The party was live and the drinks was drinking.
Last night was a movie. We had a time last night, bro.
Last night was lit.
But none of that matters
if somebody doesn't make it home. Drive safe like you have somebody waiting at home for you. Because the party's only fun if everyone makes it home.
I'm Leon Lundy, Minister of Transport, and I approve this message.
And it is time this Monday for a look at our late night weather forecast. We say good evening and welcome back to our Diane Dorsett.
Good evening, everyone. We're watching two areas in the Atlantic. The first is in the central Atlantic, a few hundred miles southeast of Bermuda that has a 50% chance of becoming a depression as it moves northward into the far northern Atlantic this week. The other is a strong tropical wave leaving Africa with a 60% chance of developing as it moves westward across the tropical Atlantic this week. It's too early to know if this poses any long-term threat to land, but continue to tune in as we monitor and keep you updated. Now, bringing things back home, our satellite picture shows clouds streaming westward across the southern Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands due to a westward moving tropical wave, which could trigger some showers and thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas beginning tomorrow through Thursday. We've also got a trough just north of the northwest Bahamas, which will trigger stray showers and thunderstorms over parts of the area tonight and early tomorrow. Now let's take a quick check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In the northwest Bahamas, it's 90 degrees in Grand Bahama, 86 in Abaco, and 87 in Alistown, Bimini, and Bullocks Harbor. In Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 92 degrees, 91 in Camps Bay, South Andros, Rock Sound, Eleuthera, Arthur's Tonkin Islands in Salvador, and Rumkey, 89 in Exuma. And moving down south is 90 degrees in Long Island, Crooked Island, and Ragged Island, 91 in Acklands and Betsy Bay, very hot. In Matthew Taninago, it's 86 degrees, and for the Turks and Caicos Islands, 89 degrees. Tonight, we're expecting mainly clear conditions and very warm temps with a low, not so low, of 82 degrees. And then tomorrow, we're going to get a high of 88, intervals of clouds and sun with a thunderstorm in parts of the area in the afternoon. Now, this week, we've got the blend of showers and sunshine. You can expect the occasional stray shower or thunderstorm with hot conditions. We'll see temperatures in the 90s with triple-digit feels like. So remember, you'll need to stay hydrated and in shaded areas whenever you can. That's your late night look at weather. As always, rest easy, stay cozy, and thanks for staying up with us. Have a good night, everyone.
Diane, across the country today, many of our educators returned to the classroom in preparation of the new school year. We wish them well. That is our broadcast here at 11. I'm Corvell Pyfrom for Amo, Diane, and our entire team. Take care, be well, and remember, we'll all be looking to see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.